Hello everybody, my name is Mattie and I'm back with another reaction video, my semi-daily series where I peruse the internet for artists I've never heard of and give you my music producer perspective on their playing and on their song. Today we have a band called Nightwish. In response to the song that I did with The Sound of Silence and Disturbed singing that, I got a lot of comments throwing me other bands that might do covers of classic songs and a little bit more hardcore of a way, adding some more distortion, adding some more emotionality to the song, if you will. This is one of the recommendations to me. I've never heard of this band called Nightwish, but this is their cover of High Hopes, originally by Pink Floyd. I'm excited to hear how they do this song. I'm expecting a harder edge to the tone that Pink Floyd originally put out in this song. As we go through this song, I'll be talking about the EQ, I'll be talking about the frequency spectrum, I'll be talking about this sonic picture of this from a music production standpoint and also from a musician standpoint. Hopefully you can learn something more about the music that they're making and you can gain a better appreciation for it yourself. Let's get into it though. You know, enough of me rambling, because you're here for this. I'm gonna stop there. Let's see if we can bump the quality up here. 480 is the best we can do. That's totally fine. Rewind a little bit. Okay, let me point out something now. The song hasn't started yet at all, but I'm just hearing the audience clap along to the beat, and audiences, in my experience, are notoriously bad at keeping rhythm. They are not trained musicians. It's easy for them to get excited and speed things up. In this case, that's exactly what's going on, and it's tough as a musician to fight that. But if you're in the audience and you're feeling it, you can definitely, by all means, clap. But just know, some of the time, you're clapping on the wrong beats, and some of the time you're just not clapping right. You're clapping too fast or too slow, and it's going to be harder for the musicians to make an accurate recreation of the song that they're trying to do. Continue now.
Beyond the horizon, oh, the place we lived when we were young, in a world of magnets and merry-go-rounds. Our thoughts strayed constantly, and without boundary, the ringing of the division bell had begun. Along the long road, long down to the causeway, do they still meet there by the cut? There was a ragged band that followed in our footsteps, running before time took our dreams away.
Okay, we're building the motion of the song. We're setting a soundscape. What's going on in there's one main synth that's playing some high bell chime type sounds, and then underneath that we have a drone in the bass. I don't know it doesn't look like it's being played on the bass right here, but it does look like it's being played on the synth, and it kind of sounds like a synth as well. And then, yeah, it's a simple arrangement for this first part of the song, but that also gives the song some place to build to. When you have just a few elements like that, then you can expand into the chorus and make it that much more impactful. I know I've said that before. If you've watched my videos before, I say that all the time, but it's so important. It's so important. Continuing on.
Leaving the very small creatures that tried to tie us to the ground, to life consumed by slow decay. The grass was greener, light was brighter, with friends surrounded, the lights of wonder. Looking beyond the embers of the bridges going behind us, to glimpse of how green it was on the other side.
I want to go back for a second here because the drummer did something interesting. First of all, Awesome job. I love the energy that's coming in there. I was totally expecting this guy to just bring it up the octave, bring it up in his voice. And because I feel like that's a lot of where the emotion of a song can come through. It's so much easier to relate to a human voice than it can be to relate to a synth, for example. But look at what the drummer does here. It looks like he was going pretty hard. He hit his toms, and then he muted them with his elbows. Don't know if he was just resting or if he was feeling the music or if he wanted the mute itself. Kind of an interesting thing. Did I miss it? Yeah. Okay, I'm going back. Right here. When you don't have two hands, you can mute the ringing out or the resonance of those toms with your elbows. That's totally fine.
Going behind us, took a glimpse of how great it was on the other side. Steps taken forwards, but sleepwalking back again, dragged by the force of sun.
There he is again.
When the high sound to kill with full like a pearl, we reach the dizzy heights of that window.
Oh. What a note. I'm gonna rewind it a little bit so we can get this build up back and we can feel it. But I want to point out how into the music that these guys are. Look at this guy. Look how sweaty he is. And that's the same with all of the band members. That is the case when you are putting your heart and soul into a performance. It is tiring when you are up on stage and oftentimes you have a lot of lights on you, and sometimes those lights can be powered. It looks like this was kind of a little bit ago, and the lights on stage are actually just temperature-wise hot. Nowadays we use LEDs, so they're not as hot, but for this performance, I wouldn't be surprised if they had just blasting with the heat of the lights. He's wearing a tux, and he's also putting a lot into the performance. All that equals sweaty man, and that's the case for all of them. Let's continue on with this build-up, though. Back into that original synth. You can also see that he's droning that bass with his left hand.
But forever, desire and ambition. There's hunger still unsatisfied. Our weary eyes still stray to the horizon. Look down this road, we've been so many times. The grass was greener, light was brighter, with friends surrounded, lights of wonder, with friends surrounded.
Oh, some nice finger tapping action from the guitarist. Not an easy thing to do and keep in tempo, but good job. Nice. So I'm going to pause it. I know it's an emotional part of the song, but I want to say that this singer is fantastic. There are a couple things that he's doing that makes me know he's just... First of all, he sounds amazing, but he's hitting up to like an A and a pretty chesty sound, which is a hard thing to do. It's a sign of an experienced singer. No matter what voice type you are, that is above what your normal chest voice would be, and that requires a new register of sort of a mixed register, if you know anything about the voice. He's also hitting it with a lot of vibrato. When you hit a note with vibrato, it actually means that your vocal cords are relaxed enough to oscillate or vibrate in a way that shows that you have control, that is almost better for your voice sometimes because it can release some of the tension, but it also means that you're using your vocal cords correctly and is a trait of really good singers. It sounds super cool too. Let's continue on. I'll rewind it a little bit. Let's see where this ending takes us. We have almost a full minute left. Nice. Sounds great. Wow. Very cool. Very cool.
¡Quietos!
I don't know what he said. Are they foreign band? Honestly, his English and pronunciation for the singing was so good that I would have not guessed that they are a foreign band, but awesome job. I did notice one thing here. Oh, whoops. Yeah, look at this. Look at his synth and how it's angled. That's such an interesting choice. I would imagine it's mostly just a preference thing that he prefers to play it like this. I've never played a synth like that, but it's totally something you can do if you can set it up like that. Maybe it allows him a little bit more flexibility and maybe runs that he might have to do for the performance. I've never used a piano like that or a synth, but kind of interesting. Nightwish, High Hopes. What a song. Once again, musicians I've never heard of, absolutely killing it, slaying it like a dragon. Okay, they're doing fantastic. I don't know anything about Nightwish, but I do know that they're murdering it. Looks like they sold out a stadium in this video, or some huge venue, which makes a lot of sense because they are extremely talented. Not only were they absolutely crushing it music-wise, all of the instruments were together. They were in the pocket. They were a cohesive unit, and that's all while performing live. Occasionally, live performances can fall short. It's easy for you to do a million takes in the studio and refine your sound over and over again, but it's not so easy when you are live. There's no processing, there's no auto-tune on this guy's voice. He's just a fantastic singer. There's no help that the synth gets from quantization or fitting directly on the grid for tempo-wise. He's just following the drummer, and that gives him a more human feel, and it just shows that they've played a lot together. They know exactly what to expect from each other, and they are all really good musicians. Once again, a fantastic cover. I love the emotionality, the deep, dark, distorted sound. There wasn't a ton of distortion except for on the guitars, but awesome, very cool. If you have other people that would be reminding you or me, I'm not sure, of Nightwish, please throw them in the comments below. Also, if you're interested in making music that sounds like this, or producing music that sounds like this more specifically, I offer lessons on my website that help support the channel, and that is how I make some of my income as well. So if you're interested, one-on-one music production lessons, I can help you out, and I can make you sound a lot more like this band. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Till next time, peace out.